My parents grabbed a microphone at my sister's college graduation and told a whole auditorium we should have stopped after her. Our second kid is useless. People laughed. My sister laughed. I walked out and didn't speak to any of them for 7 years. Then my mom called and said, "Come home, your sister has," and choked on the rest. Growing up, our house ran on rankings. My older sister sat in the good seat at dinner. I sat closest to the kitchen, close enough to be useful. If my sister got an award, it was leadership runs in this family. If I got a decent grade, it was what class are you struggling with now? At that graduation, they didn't even give me a seat with them. I sat rows back, watching the backs of their heads. When my dad delivered that useless punchline, it hit like a slap. After the ceremony, I found them in the parking garage and said, "You humiliated me." My mom crossed her arms. "Why do you always make everything about you?" My sister shrugged and said, "It was a joke. Let it go." My dad checked his watch like I was delaying lunch. So I did. I blocked their numbers. I packed 2 suitcases, grabbed my laptop, and left with under $1,000 in my account. I spent holidays alone because silence hurt less than them. I worked like a maniac and paid my own tuition. I stacked jobs until my hands shook. I got therapy because I couldn't stop hearing that word. By the time my mom tracked down my number, I had a real career, my own place, and peace they couldn't touch. Her call wasn't an apology. It was a request. My sister had spiraled, lost her job, locked herself in, pills, needles. My mom cried and still couldn't say, "I'm sorry." My dad got on the line and asked questions like I was a suspect. I told myself I was going for my sister, not for them. I wrote rules on a sticky note. No hugging, no meals, no guilt trips. When I walked into their house, every framed photo was my sister. Not one was me. The message was the same as always. My dad didn't greet me. He evaluated me. Then he asked, "Have you talked to her?" At any point. Even now, it had to be my fault. I went upstairs before I said something I couldn't take back. My sister opened her bedroom door with a chain on it. She was thinner, hollow-eyed, wearing the old perfect girl hoodie like armor. I sat on the floor instead of her bed. She stared at me, then cracked. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I laughed and let them do it. She showed me unsent emails from 2 years earlier. One subject line punched me, "I need help." Then I saw the address she'd typed, and my stomach dropped. One tiny typo, not my email. She scrolled and froze. Last modified, June. I didn't change it. I walked downstairs and set her phone on the coffee table. Then I looked straight at my mom. Next, I asked, "When did you change my contact?" My dad said, "We didn't." After that, my mom whispered, "We updated her phone." Next, I said, "So you blocked her from reaching me?" Then my dad snapped, "We were protecting her." After that, my sister cried, "From who? Her?" Then I said, "You kept us apart to stay in control." Next, my mom tried, "This isn't the time." Then I said, "It's the only time." After that, my dad went silent. My dad tried to argue like this was a budget meeting. My mom cried like tears were currency. My sister just stood there shaking. I kept my voice flat. "Here's what's happening. I'm getting her into treatment. You're paying. You don't pick the place. You don't get updates. You don't show up unless she asks." My dad started, "We're her parents," and I cut him off. "You're the people who broke both of us." My sister nodded once, barely. That was her answer. I grabbed my keys and told them, "Write the check. Stay out of the way." A week later, I drove my sister to a treatment center and watched her walk through the doors. No big family hug. No redemption arc for my parents. Just her, breathing hard, choosing to live. She looked back once, and I raised my hand. My sister got sober, slowly. Ugly at first, then steadier. She asked me one day, "Do you hate me?" I said, "I did. I don't anymore." We rebuilt like strangers learning the same language. My parents mailed cards. I didn't open them. They lost the right to my attention the day they called me useless into a microphone. The petty part of me still loves the irony. When their golden child collapsed, the disappointment was the only one strong enough to hold the line. My sister texts me her sober milestones now. I keep the screenshots like trophies. I didn't go back to earn their love. I went back to prove one thing to myself. I was never useless. I never was.